I'm 17 years old. I've made over $50,000 online in the last few years, and honestly, I still don't know what I want to do with my life, and that's why I'm making this YouTube channel. Not to act like I have everything figured out, because I don't, but because I know there are probably other people my age who feel the exact same way. Maybe you're ambitious, want more out of life, or feel behind. Or maybe you're chasing success thinking it will magically solve everything. This video probably won't be what you expect. I'm not some crazy millionaire teen entrepreneur you see on social media. I'm still in high school. I still play sports, go to class, waste time scrolling on TikTok, and stress about my future like everyone else. But over the last few years, I built something online that changed my life financially. But the weird part is that after doing that, I still feel lost sometimes. So this is my story. I honestly don't even know where this journey really started, but I'd probably say around 8th grade. Back then I was a smaller kid, and like a lot of people my age, I got obsessed with self-improvement. I started going to the gym, watching motivational videos, and trying to improve myself physically and mentally. But eventually that mindset turned into something else, and I started to think bigger. I didn't want to wait until I was older to start building a life for myself, so I became obsessed with finding ways to make money online. I watched every single side hustle video imaginable, from dropshipping, social media marketing, and crypto. Eventually I decided to start a social media marketing agency for gyms, and looking back, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I was a 15-year-old cold calling businesses all summer, trying to sound professional while barely understanding how any of it worked myself. I spent months working on it, got on a few calls with business owners, and after all that effort, I made a total of $100. And honestly, I think the lady who paid me just felt bad for me. At the time, it crushed me because even if the business failed, I genuinely tried. But looking back now, that failure probably helped me more than anything because it taught me something important really early. Most people quit after their first failure, but I didn't. Around my freshman year, I gave up on the marketing thing and started a fitness YouTube channel instead. At the time, I was really into the gym and health content, so it felt natural. I uploaded consistently for months, and eventually I hit around 1,000 subscribers. It wasn't huge, but it taught me editing, storytelling, and content creation. And the funny thing is, while I was doing all of this, I also had a random football editing page on TikTok that I treated like a hobby. I had been posting football edits and graphics for a couple years just for fun. Eventually it hit around 10,000 followers, which at the time was enough to qualify for monetization. But I never thought it would actually make real money. But then TikTok changed their creator rewards program, and that changed everything. One day I decided to put more effort into a few football videos. I looked at what the bigger creators were doing, learned from them, adding my own editing style, and started experimenting more seriously. Since I wasn't old enough to monetize, I also had my dad set up the monetization for me. And all of a sudden, one of my videos I made blew up. It got almost 500,000 views, which at the time felt insane to me because I never had a video do that well before. But the craziest part happened the next morning. I opened my creator dashboard and saw around $250 from a single video, and I genuinely couldn't believe it. That was the moment where everything changed in my head, because for the first time making money online stopped feeling fake, and it felt real, so I went all in on it. I stopped focusing on the fitness channel and spent all of my time improving my football content. I studied other creators, improved my editing, learned how retention worked, and slowly started figuring everything out. Within a few months, I was making around $4,000 a month. Keep in mind, I was 15 years old, a freshman in high school, making videos on an iPhone in my bedroom. Even my parents were questioning whether what I was doing was legal, and honestly, part of me couldn't believe it either. But eventually problems started coming up. Most of my content back then wasn't sustainable. I was using NFL clips with little commentary, which meant copyright issues started happening constantly. Some months I'd make great money. Other months TikTok would randomly lower my RPM and my monthly income would drop. Everything felt unstable. At one point I made a second account and got that one monetized too. For a little while things were amazing. One month I made around $8,000 total between both accounts, which felt unreal at the time. But eventually the same problems came back: copyright, inconsistency, and uncertainty. And that's when I realized something important. I had built something successful, but not something stable. By the middle of my sophomore year, I felt stuck again. I experimented with a bunch of different content ideas, even AI-related pages, but none of them worked. Then during the summer, I changed my approach completely. Instead of just posting football clips, I started adding commentary using AI voiceovers and my own voice, making the edits shorter and transforming the content more, and it ended up working. The video started performing well again, but this time the content was much safer from copyright issues. That's basically what I still do now. I write scripts, find clips, edit videos, add commentary, and post consistently. And over the last year alone, I've made around $25,000 doing it. Not from some insane business, not from being a genius, just from learning skills over time and refusing to quit after failing. The thing I want people to understand is this: you do not need to be special to do special things. Throughout all of this, I was still going to school, playing football and running track, spending time with friends and family, and wasting time like every other teenager. I wasn't some robot who worked 12 hours a day. Most people look at successful people online and assume they're completely different from everyone else. But honestly, a lot of success just comes from consistency, patience, and being willing to fail longer than other people. That's it. You pick something, you improve little by little, and eventually the results compound. But now we get to the actual reason I made this video. Why do I still feel lost after making all this money? Well, deep down, I know being a TikTok sports editor probably isn't my forever career, and that scares me sometimes. I only have 1 year left of high school, and now I'm at this weird point in life where I have to figure out what comes next. If I want to go to college, build a business, or keep chasing content creation, I honestly don't know. Part of me hates the idea of living a normal life where I work for someone else forever. I want to be able to have freedom, independence, and build something meaningful on my own. But at the same time, there's pressure from family and friends to choose the safe path. And maybe some of you watching this feel the same way. That's why I wanted to make this channel, not because I'm successful, not because I have all the answers, but because I'm figuring things out in real time. I want this channel to document the journey, the wins, failures, uncertainties, and lessons. Maybe this channel becomes something meaningful, maybe it completely fails. Honestly, I have no idea, but I'd rather try building something real than spend the rest of my life wondering what could have happened if I actually committed to it. I want to create something bigger than short-form content. I want to build something more real that actually helps people, and maybe through doing that, I'll figure out what I truly want out of life too. If you watched this entire video, I genuinely want to thank you. This was somewhat uncomfortable for me to make because I've never really talked about my life like this online before, but this is the start. I'm going to keep documenting my journey, my goals, my mindset, and everything I learn along the way. Hopefully some of you can relate to it, and hopefully we can figure this out together. Also, I hope you enjoyed the Minecraft gameplay. Anyways, thank you for watching my first video, and we'll see where this channel goes.